Hello everyone. Today we're going to take a look at 3 commemorative circulating coins from Israel in the mid-1980s. I do not have the complete set of these, but the way these are done is you have a portrait of a prominent figure from the founding of Israel, and on the background of it is actually made of the gentleman's name spelled in Hebrew, which I personally am not able to read. And then all of them have kind of the same logo in the top corner. So let's take a look at this. This first one was made in 1984, and this one is the 10 Sheqalim coin, and this one features Theodor Herzl, who was one of the I believe is an early proponent of Zionism to help establish a Jewish independent state. Next, we have this one from 1985, which features David Ben-Gurion, who was the first prime minister of Israel. This one is the 50 Sheqalim. And for our third coin, from 1986, we have Baron Rothschild. And I know anytime you mention the Rothschild name, all of the conspiracy theorists will come out and notice that. But in this case, he was from France, but he donated a lot of money to help establish the state of Israel. When we flip this one over, it is only a half new Sheqalim. With the Israeli currency, they actually modified their currency, redid their currency in 1985 because of inflation. So what used to be 1,000 of the old shekels was now worth 1 new shekel. So this one was a 1/2 new shekel, but it would be worth 500 of the old shekels. So this was the 10 old shekel, 50 old shekel, and half of a new shekel. Jabob is also a member of this series, also from 1985. That one was a 100 old shekel coin. And I apologize, I'm probably butchering all these names. I was not familiar with Mr. Herzl at all, but I had heard of Ben-Gurion and of course the Rothschild family over the years. So, and so I'm not that familiar with Israel history, but of course all of these people were very influential in the founding of the state of Israel. Interesting thing about this package, so back the week of February, when everyone was snowed in, I used that time to buy some coins off of eBay, and I am recording this video 10 weeks later because the envelope that it came in took 10 weeks to get here. Let me pause for just a moment and pull up the envelope right here, carefully not showing the address on it. But this particular seller does a process that I'm advocate. You're able to purchase unused old stamps for below face value, and then you can use those stamps and get them to show up. And as a Tennessean, of particular importance to me was this stamps of Adolph Oakes, who was best known for being the publisher of the New York Times. But he got his start in Chattanooga, publishing a newspaper in Chattanooga. And if you're familiar with Chattanooga, if you've ever been to Point Park, there is the Oakes Museum at Point Park, which is named after this gentleman. So I thought it was interesting how these stamps got in. Of course, a couple of neat Valley Forge stamps on the left, and those are kind of interesting too, just 13 cents postage due. So I wonder if the fact that this seller put old stamps on the envelope contributed to getting here very slow. It took 10 weeks, and it just showed up in the mail yesterday when I ordered it in early to mid-February. And it had taken so long to get here. I know the post office has done crazy things like this before. I gave him the seller 6 weeks, and I said, sorry, it just hasn't shown up. and he gave me a refund, which was nice of him. And now a month after that, they show up, and it's not his fault. And well, there's no cancel stamp on here. Someone at the post office just drew lines through it, so I don't, I can't prove that he, when he actually dropped in the mail. But I mean, this thing looks like it went through, got lost somewhere. So I want to pay the seller back because I did get a refund. But how should I do it? Should I just send the money on PayPal, or should I, now that I have his return address, should I just send him a check for, I mean, I only paid $5 for this. They were all three listed on as separate auctions, and so I just bought each of them and was the only bidder on all three of them. I'm glad I got all three of them, but I just assumed this was lost, and I got my refund like a month ago because the seller was prompt about that. But now that I have the coins, I don't want to just have them without paying for them. So how do you think I should pay him back? Should I guess I should contact him, or should I just mail him a check? Let me know in the comments below what you think I should do on that. But, let's take one last look here. And of course we've got, the logo that we have on here is, I guess, a kind of a Hanukkah logo. And I forgot the name of the 7-pointed candle stand there. But I've always thought these were a neat design. I'd never actually seen one in person. They're not super rare, but I didn't particularly see one until now. Flip them over in the back, show the all backs at the same time. We look at the backs. It has the Sheqalim written here and here. And in this one, in smaller letters, it has New Sheqal. Another thing I think interesting about the new design is it has Israel written there, but in 4 different languages. So they have it in our alphabet, they have it in Hebrew over here, and they also have it in Arabic right there. So that's kind of an interesting way that they redesign their currency. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.